Ozzy here with the 10 says, hey Sam, thoughts on screens in cars? Also, do you like Jaguars?
The screens in cars trend is hideous. And it's like the nicer they make the screens, they have the TFT displays now, the better the screen is, the more it like rubs me the wrong way. I really don't vibe with screens in cars. The one that was stunning to me is the Ferrari Roma, which, first of all, people are looking at this car and saying that it's a stunning design, that it's a beautiful car. I got to talk about this for a second. Hold off on donations. Make sure you're writing them down, okay?
Yeah, I got them written.
Keep donating. But Jet's going to write them down. The Italian psyche is disturbed at its core, has a kernel of neurosis, a kernel of doubt, of a hateful spark plug at the center of the Italian psyche.
Yeah.
Okay, they have a trauma, a generational cultural trauma, much in the same way that the Japanese, they have eels, they put eels in their vaginas and they do all this crazy stuff. They had a nuclear bomb dropped on them, Jet.
That's how they deal with it.
They lost the war via having 2 million people wiped out in an explosion or whatever. There's this hideous thing, okay? So they have they have to make cartoons with little cat ears and fucking fruity ass a mushroom sucking a dog's dick, whatever the fuck the Japanese cartoons are. Their psyche has been irreparably damaged and scarred. The Italians are much the same. The Italians in the 70s and 80s, there were what you would call coach builders, I guess, or design houses. So Bertoni, what's the Zagato? I don't know if Pininfarina did one. The Revolve, is that what the fuck it's called? I think that's a Corvette Italian car. Iso Grifo. That's what the fuck it is. Frigo. Iso Frigo. These idiots. These Italian idiots. So in the 70s and 80s, Ferrari, Lamborghini, on an upward trajectory, making ever more exotic and beautiful creations. The late 80s, the F40, they're making these things with bird cage welded frames, mid-engine, extremely exotic, pioneering carbon fiber, etc., etc. The designers, the Italian designers who are not involved in these projects, they're kind of sitting on the sidelines, basically getting cucked, okay? They don't have the opportunity. They don't have, you can't have 10 different Italian supercars being sold in the late 80s and 90s, okay? There's only 2 that can really make it, and everybody else is sitting on the sidelines. So these other designers, they're sitting there, and they're like, we have the best design. The design is the best. What do we do, Mario? We can't put it in the car. We have to put it in the car. Okay? And occasionally they'll get thrown a bone. They'll get to make the Fiat. They want the design of the X919. Make this awful piece of shit. Design this awful piece of shit. This silly little Billy, okay? But what a lot of them did was they said, you know what I'll do? We'll just reskin a Corvette. So there's mad fucking Italian beautiful supercars, high-end, highest culture in the world, the best. We are the best! Faccia, we are the best! Vaffanculo! Hey, we are the best in the world! Okay? And they're making a fucking Corvette. They're making a fucking $500,000 Corvette. Fuck you! And this trend carried on from fucking 75 Zagato Corvette edition. And they're still doing it. Would you pay $1.5 million for this Corvette C7 Z06 based ISO Revolta GT Zagato? No! 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 And I was trying to put together, what idiot? What fucking idiot looks at this, which is obviously a fucking Corvette. And by the way, that psychic scar, it's no longer the little guys, it's carried over. So now all they make is the fucking Corvette. These pasta gobbling, marinara sauce drinking boneheads. It's the best design in the world. This is $1 million car. You look like a fucking high school baseball coach on the way to pick up kids in a C5. You fucking idiots! These motherfucking morons. What a stupid travesty. Oh, what's this? What's that? I wonder what car was used as the basis for this one. You can hardly tell. I can hardly tell what's under that gorgeous Italian carbon fiber skin. I can hardly tell what's underneath. Who could it be? They must have made this from the mist. Oh, I wonder what that is. God damn. That's an Aston Martin. Or as I call it, a Corvette. Zagato. This is ugly junk. This is ugly junk. This car is fucking ugly. Not to mention it's a Corvette. Not to mention the belt line's too high. Not to mention it's bloated, which is obviously a national highway safety thing. When I look at a car, $1 million car, and the first thing I think is some national highway safety official going over the fenders. It should be this high. It's just crazy. All right, what's the next one?
Canon Black since 10 says, yo, please review art, Sam. You and MDE bumpers inspired me to learn Adobe apps and Blender. A year later, I've had 2 galleries and sold some of my designs.
Oh, good job. That's a hard one because I don't want to be mean to fans, but most of the art is going to be pretty bad, man. And you know what? We could take a constructive angle and try our best to be constructive with it. But for the most part, I think most of you got to get real jobs. But if you're selling, keep selling. Ferrari Roma, what a fucking ugly. But someone asked about screens. And this is why. This shocked me. This picture, you can't tell from this picture. The center dash is a TFT, which is the brightest, most high-end, like blaring in your face screen. The touchpad in the center is just an older like LCD thing. So when you're driving this, the center console is like blasting you in the face with Ferrari branding, tachometer, Apple Play. You plug your phone in, you can't see anything except Apple Play. And then this little shit screen here is showing you something completely different at a lower intensity, lower view quality. That's just one of the cheapest things I've seen on a new car. I think the designer of this should be killed, by the way. It's a nice color brown, though.
I want to hop in OBS and put a note on the chat read that says no more car submissions. So we got to catch up on these.
Okay.
Stop donating for cars.
Oh, shit. That's nice.
Perfect. It's actually perfect. All right, so I hate missed chats. Don't send a chat right now if you want a car reviewed. We got other guys' cars written down. You want to just burn through these?
Yeah, let's go.
Quick? All right.